Higher tariffs have kicked in for India as of 9:30 a.m. this morning. I'm talking about the US tariffs of 25% on India, and that takes the total tariffs on Indian exports to the USA to 50%, which is the highest for any of the US's major trading partners. Now, there are several questions that arise on account of this. First, and the most important, why is Trump imposing these additional tariffs? Well, ostensibly, Trump has said that this is because India continues to use Russian oil. In fact, it accounts for a large portion of India's oil import. Now, this is, of course, in the context of the ongoing war with Ukraine, and US is saying that Indian companies are profiteering by buying cheap oil from Russia. It could also be a leverage tactic to get a better trade agreement with the US, and this is ongoing negotiation, of course, that is taking place and has been for the last few weeks and months. The next question that arises is, what is the impact on India? Now, remember that India is a largely domestic-facing economy, and exports don't account for a large part of GDP. But still, because this is one of India's largest trading partners and there is a trade surplus with the US, there is going to be an impact. This impact could be anywhere between 0.2 to 0.9%. You could have a deceleration of GDP growth to that extent. But more importantly, the impact is going to be on the sectors, on the companies that focus on exports, and these are the likes of shrimp exporters, textile exporters, gems and jewelry, and a few more sectors, including chemicals. So what is going to be important, and therefore is the next question, is how will this be mitigated? The government has to work on export promotion missions, which it is currently doing, and also to bolster domestic demand, part of which is being done through the rationalization of the GST. It's going to move to a two-rate structure, and this is expected to bolster consumption, and this is alongside everything that has already been announced. Of course, monetary policy is also helpful in that the rates have been cut by the Reserve Bank of India. Whether that is counterbalancing what is happening on the trade front is yet to be seen. And so therefore, the final question, is this a masterstroke by Trump or is this a blunder? As things stand, it seems like the relationship between the US and India has hit a bit of a rough patch, and there's quite a bit of barbs being sent over from the US against India. But India has had a much more measured response. There has been no belligerence, there has not been a lot of noise coming out from New Delhi. In fact, there's going to be continued negotiation, so the question still arises, is there going to be a deal or is there going to be a rollback going forward? And a lot of people expect that this is going to take place. Eventually, a deal will be found and these additional tariffs will roll back. The question is, do we settle at 25% or do we go lower? Anything would be better than what it is right now.